It usually begins with a mistake, or at least, that's how it appears. A message appears on someone's phone. "Hi Anna. Are we still meeting tomorrow?" The recipient looks at the message, confused. They reply politely, "Sorry, I think you have the wrong number." A few seconds later, another message arrives. "Oh, I'm so sorry. I must have typed the number wrong." A brief apology follows. Then something unexpected. Instead of ending the conversation, the stranger continues talking. They ask how your day is going, where you live, what you do for work. They are friendly, polite, curious. Nothing about the interaction seems threatening. In fact, it feels natural to strangers having a simple conversation. Days pass. The messages continue. Soon the stranger becomes a regular presence in your life. They send photos of their daily routine. They talk about business, travel, ambitions. Sometimes they mention investments. Often cryptocurrency. Their life appears successful, comfortable, luxurious. Eventually they suggest something. Not a relationship, not a romance, an opportunity. An investment strategy that they claim has made them very wealthy. The profits appear simple. The process appears legitimate, and at first, it works. The numbers rise, balances grow, everything looks real. But it isn't, because the entire system was designed from the beginning for one purpose: to take everything, savings, investments, retirement funds, sometimes even homes. This is the world of pig butchering scams, one of the fastest growing cybercrime industries on Earth. Since 2020, experts believe these scams have generated tens of billions of dollars. In stolen funds, some estimates place the total losses above $75 billion worldwide. And unlike traditional scams, this is not the work of isolated criminals. It is a system, a network, an organized industry. And today, we're going inside it. Most scams begin in a place people trust: social media, messaging apps, or simple text messages. Sometimes the message is random. Other times victims are targeted through dating apps. The introduction often appears accidental: a wrong number, a mistaken identity, a message meant for someone else. This technique lowers suspicion. It creates the illusion that the conversation started naturally. Once the victim responds, the scammer begins learning about them: where they live, what they do, what their interests are. Scammers are trained to mirror their victims. If someone mentions enjoying travel, the scammer also loves traveling. If someone mentions religion, the scammer expresses the same beliefs. If someone talks about loneliness, the scammer offers empathy. This technique is called mirroring, and it is extremely effective. Humans naturally trust people who appear similar to themselves. Within days, the victim feels they have found someone who understands them. Someone genuine, someone real. But behind the messages, there may not even be a single person. In many cases, multiple scammers share the same account, working in shifts to maintain the illusion. The people behind pig butchering scams rarely use their real identities. Instead, they construct digital personas designed to appear successful and trustworthy. A common identity is the wealthy entrepreneur, someone involved in international business, cryptocurrency trading, luxury goods, or real estate. Photos are carefully selected: luxury cars, upscale restaurants, designer clothing. The lifestyle appears glamorous, confident, financially successful. Sometimes scammers claim to live in global financial hubs like Singapore, Dubai, or Los Angeles. These locations signal wealth and credibility, but the photographs themselves are rarely real. Some are stolen from social media accounts. Others come from stock photography websites. Increasingly, scammers are using artificial intelligence to generate entirely fake faces. Images of people who do not exist, perfect smiles, perfect lighting, perfect lives. The identity becomes the bait. To the scammers, the victim is the pig. The process begins by fattening the victim, not with food, but with trust, friendship, affection, and false profits. Weeks of conversation slowly build emotional connection. The victim becomes comfortable, relaxed, confident. Only when the victim has invested as much money as possible does the slaughter begin. The account is emptied, the scammer disappears, and the victim is left with nothing. Investigators studying these scams have identified a structured pattern, used repeatedly across thousands of cases. Every pig butchering scam follows roughly the same phases. First comes contact, then relationship building, then financial grooming, then extraction, and finally, disappearance. Each stage is carefully designed to move the victim deeper into the trap. Eventually, the scammer introduces a new topic: investing, often cryptocurrency. They casually mention a successful trade, or a friend who works in finance, or a relative who provides insider trading strategies. The conversation gradually shifts toward wealth, financial independence, early retirement. The scammer may send screenshots of their trading profits. Large numbers, rapid gains. Everything appears impressive. Eventually, the scammer offers to help the victim try the system. Just a small investment. Maybe $200, maybe $500. The victim transfers cryptocurrency to a wallet address. Then the scammer directs them to a trading platform. The website looks professional, charts move, balances update. Within hours, the victim sees profits. $200 becomes $300. $500 becomes $800. It appears the system works. But investigators say these platforms are entirely fake. The profits exist only on the screen. Every number is controlled by the scammers. When victims try to withdraw funds from the platform, a message appears. A verification fee is required, or a tax payment, or an anti-money laundering charge. The victim must pay a percentage of the balance to unlock the withdrawal. Believing the profits are real, many victims comply. They send the payment, but another fee appears, and another. Each payment leads to a new obstacle, until the victim runs out of money. Then the account disappears, the website shuts down, and the scammer vanishes completely. It is easy to assume victims must be naive. But the reality is far more complex. Pig butchering scams rely on psychological manipulation. They combine emotional bonding with financial excitement. The victim trusts the scammer as a friend, sometimes as a romantic partner. When that trusted person recommends an investment opportunity, skepticism fades. By the time doubt appears, the victim may already have invested large amounts of money. And admitting the truth can be emotionally devastating. Many victims continue believing the scam even after warning signs appear. Because accepting the deception means accepting the loss. Pig butchering scams represent a new era of cybercrime. One built not on hacking computers, but hacking human psychology. As technology advances, these scams are becoming more sophisticated. Artificial intelligence can generate realistic photos. Automated chat systems can mimic human conversation. Fake investment platforms can be created in hours. The barrier to entry is dropping, and the scale is growing. But understanding the system is the first step toward disrupting it. Because behind every scam message lies the same structure, the same strategy, the same industry. An industry built on trust and betrayal. And somewhere right now, someone's phone is lighting up with a message, "Hi, is this Anna?"